WFIN News 2 HD Greenville and WFIN News 2 HD Fountain Inn. We're guaranteed human right here on News Center 2.
WFI serving you with 3 translators.
WFIN 2 HD Fountain Inn.
And WFIN 2 HD Greenville.
The upstate's best independent, local, live, and breaking news, all on your phone. Download the WFIN News 2 mobile app now.
Well, thank you for joining us this evening, now officially, here on WFIN News 2. Let me tell you, today has been a super nice day, and we have a lot of news to cover, including our weather. It was fun today because I actually got to go to Five Guys for lunch, something I normally do in the summer, and I actually saw a familiar face, which is actually kind of cool. Saw Aaron Baker from WYFF News 4, which y'all know we love WYFF 4 here, and hopefully I'll get to go for a job shadowing very soon, and we've been keeping in touch. That'd be amazing, and I love that, because he actually started on his own independent news, so I think it'd be amazing, because that's how we're starting, and hopefully to make our route here right to WYFF 4. Let's go ahead and get you started with our local live and breaking news this afternoon. Current time is 7:08, and we are feeling very nice for 7 o'clock. Oh, and we have cameras that are acting up this afternoon. So, you know, we all the time keep up on that traffic for you. I don't think we have any slow traffic this afternoon, so that is always a good sign when you're not having to deal with that slow traffic. Never mind. We do have a little bit of slow traffic according to Time Saver Traffic. We'll get that Time Saver Traffic board up in just a moment, but you are taking a look to you're taking a look to I-85 southbound, mile marker 52.7. You can tell we do have a little bit of kind of that's not really stop and go, but it's just there, you know, it's that slow, that's kind of slower, heavy mix, so we're not, like, 100% slow. I will say we're not bad this afternoon, but, you know, we could be better, which is always a great thing to be better this afternoon. We're also just watching, there's a lot of heavy stop and go near Airport Road this afternoon. You can see a little bit more heavier traffic on that sky cam, so that is so great to know that we've got a lot of that going on. But, you know, it's an afternoon thing, you know? So, we're going to take you outside. It looks, according to the lower ticker, it said it's 82 outside. Now, I don't know if that ticker has been updated today. I'm hoping that's right. Yeah, 82 degrees. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We don't have a graphic for that side, but we're going to turn now to breaking news right here on WFIN. just new into our studio after new developments have been announced for a little bit now. After a new hotel will be built in Fountain Inn. You know, if you know WFIN News 2, you know that WFIN News 2's news heartbeat is if you know Fountain Inn, you know that Fountain Inn's news heartbeat is WFIN News 2, and it's just great to be able to cover all of this. But let me tell you, we have some news about it. You can see it's supposed to be a Spring Hill Suites, and that is according to fountainin.org. We're going to read you an excerpt from that. That's just a drawing design. They say it's going to be a Marriott property, so get out on the lookout for that when it's built. But we do know that dirt is moving in Fountain Inn, and they have officially broke ground. Grading and demo work will continue over the next few weeks, and then move into stormwater infrastructure. According to Fountain Inn, they are very, very excited for the build of this new hotel and what is going to bring Fountain Inn. This is another image that they have. Now, I think to this day they've built a good bit, and I of course go to church in Fountain Inn, but I have not been out that street in the past several days to see what we're looking like on that. But we do know that the city is pleased to announce that Spring Hill Suites by Marriott is planned for 300 Jones Street, making a major milestone in the continued revitalization of downtown. The project led Fountain Inn Hotel Partners LLC, formerly known as Project Irish, will transform an empty lot into a 109-room hotel with 111 parking spaces, bringing a much-anticipated lodging to downtown. The exciting development has thoughtfully in the works for several years. In November, Fountain Inn Hotel Property Partners said that the process with Fountain Inn Planning Commission and the City Council requesting the rezoning of the property from commercial to flexible renew district. Of course, that is according to fountainin.org, and you can go to fountainin.org and it will give you the full complete. This is how we reached out about this. We reached out to the planning commissioner at Fountain Inn, and they told us we can use the city website for that for more information. And they also say in part, quote, project opening is expected for the summer of 2027. But that's all they said, according to the city of Fountain Inn. And of course, we'll guide you through that every step of the way, bringing lots of new things to Fountain Inn, making Fountain Inn a bigger, better city, right? For some of us, bringing a lot more attendance on churches and stuff like that open, and more. So, when we come back from WFIN News 2, we'll give you the full, complete latest on your weather, plus gas prices across the upstate. And we know of the potential planning to make gas more expensive and more harder to find. That and more coming up off break. Thank you for joining us back off break. Now to our gas prices today. We know that in Georgia, the average gas price is $3.63. South Carolina is $3.53, and North Carolina is $3.57, and that's average per gallon. We do know that, of course, the local variations depend on heavily exact city or county, right? And we know that AAA fuel price estimator has been up and down. You know how prices have been crazy all across the upstate, and that is to be expected. Of course, we know that some, even conspiracy theorists, other people like that have potentially said that gas prices could be so through the roof, causing there to be a lack of gas for some gas stations, meaning that gas and diesel will be more expensive to find. We know that that's extremely not. That's extremely terrible to hear that gas could be going up, but we do know that as the average gas prices for today, and we do know that, of course, you can find the rest on AAA's website. That's gasprices.aaa.com. Today's national average for gas is about $3.91, right? That is about across the United States. That's about the current price. Now, the highest recorded average price this, of course, year has been regular unleaded would be $5, and that was in 2022 over the last couple years ago, and diesel in 2022 was $5.81. That is a lot of money, and people are praying that it doesn't hit our gas prices, because that would be awful. And we are still continuing to follow some terrible, terrible news after a mother, get this, a mother has said, we're actually going to read you that story. Uh, I'm sorry. Alrighty, we do know that there you have breaking news just into our WFIN News 2 studio. We're going to bring you this right now in live breaking news right now. And we do know this is breaking news after a man attempted to lure a child away from its mother. In Anderson County, a mother is sharing her story of frightening moments. On Monday, Chelsea Burke said the man attempted to lure her child away while at Broadway Lake. In part quote, she said, "Scary that I was never going to see my scared to see or scared. Excuse me, scary that I was never going to see my child again if I wasn't able to snatch her out of the car." That's in part quote from the mother. According to Burke, she said that her 3-year-old daughter spent most of the day playing in Broadway Lake with a friendly man approached her family. But most of that day, of course, playing in the lake. When a friendly man approached her family, she even let her daughter pet his dog. In part quote, Burke said that he described himself as an undercover police officer, and I even said, "You don't look like an undercover police officer." That is end quote. And Burke told Anderson County Sheriff's Office that when it was time to leave, her daughter was following closely behind her car. Part quote, literally like this distance, end quote. Burke said, as she motioned a short distance with her hands, that's how far my daughter was from the whole time. Burke said she looked away for seconds as her daughter, Lakeland, was gone. And you can read the full story on WYFF4.com. That is extremely sad information to have to hear, but that's just how awful people are out there these days. Now let's go ahead and get a check on that traffic for you. Of course, we'll be continuing to bring you that full story when we learn more as more details become available. But we want to remind you that you need to, if you are out in public or even by the lake, like in this instance here, you need to make sure you are watching your children like a hawk, making sure that no one is around you that that you don't know that could be trying to get near your family or try to lure your children away from you. That's very extremely sad information, and we urge you, parents, to please be cautious of that. Now let's go ahead and get you a time saver traffic update. Looks like we have nice traffic from I-85 north, mile marker 50.8. Not looking bad out there. I will say we have looked better at this time of the day, but it's just literally like smooth sailing, like hot butter, which is very, very nice. Um, so that is definitely nice to know that traffic is just very nice on that. Now, we also want to let you know about some more news on News 2. This is not exactly breaking news, but we're going to bring you this to the top of the show right now. Yeah, we want to let you know about this news here on News 2. After voters could weigh in on a Simpsonville penny tax. We knew the Simpsonville city leaders advanced a measure on Tuesday that would put a temporary 1 cent sales tax on a November voter referendum to improve city-owned roads and streets. The tax would be in place for 8 years and also provide Simpsonville homeowners with some property tax relief. The Simpsonville County City Council would need to approve the measures in separate votes in July and August for the temporary 1 cent sales tax to be added to the November referendum. Well, that's your latest check at news this afternoon. I want to say we are feeling very nice across the upstate. I literally cannot complain because we're having that nice weather. Like literally everything is acting great out there this afternoon. We're having not much slow traffic, so that is a blessing to have. At this time about 7:23, a little after rush hour, but hey, people are acting right on the road, so I think that is a absolute blessing. Of course, I'm going to take you to our weather momentarily. So you're about to kind of get a little sneak peek at what our weather is looking like this afternoon. Let's go ahead and get you that weather on your screen. Alrighty, well, we're having some issues, but it should be... Oh, whoops. There we go. Perfect. Just into what we needed it for. Amazing. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and take you into your weather for this beautiful, beautiful afternoon outside. You can see from across the upstate, we are very nice and dry as our cursor is still on the screen. Perfect, okay. You can just see we are nice temperatures all around the upstate. And we're going to continue to stay like that this afternoon. We're about 82 degrees in the upstate, which is nice. 82 in Greenville, 83 in Spartanburg, and 79 in Lawrence, 82 in Walhalla. So mainly upper 80s wherever you go across the upstate, which is very nice to get to have, that nice, mainly just great, let me just say, great, very great temperatures outside, not seeing any issues. So I will give that one to us this afternoon. So, it's just great to have very great weather out there. So, hey, without further ado, let's go ahead and show you your 4-day forecast. As we are having some issues over here, that's not what we're supposed to be playing. So, it's that time of day, drivers getting home safely, yada, yada, yada. But not just that, we've got a little bit of news, here, satellite and radar on the twos. So let's go ahead and show you out our mapping, or excuse me, our outlooks for the next several days. So we vary for, nice weather, right, our cognitive outlook, Storm Prediction Center, looking like we're pretty nice across the upstate. We have no issues so far. Now, this is an area that we could be watching. This is from Thursday, which actually today to tomorrow. Some of the coast is under a, if you can see on the screen, I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor right there. So you can see right here for parts of the Midlands and Low Country, looking like thunderstorms are possible for the Midlands and Low Country, mainly the Low Country. But then all these other outlooks looking pretty nice. So it looks like we should be good. Tornado threats are really, of course, down. Meoscale discussions, everything looks great across the upstate. We don't have really a fire weather, which there are parts of the United States, right, of course, that do have more critical to extreme potentially for some of us. But here at home, we are just very nice at home, right? Radar across the United States. Oklahoma City got a lot of weather and stuff there. So that is definitely not very good. But back at home, we stay dry across the upstate. You can see across that radar, very dry. Maybe a few showers here or there picked up on the live Super Doppler radar across the upstate. But other than that, like literally, we are dry. Caesar's Head potentially. And then the rest of our upstate stays dry. Now, this is a little forecast for you. So over the last several hours, we stayed dry, continuing to stay dry. But over the next several days, we get better. We just say that. We get 100% better and don't have any issues. So that is very good. So, hey, that's looking great for us. So, that's what we're looking like for the next several days. So, going to be mainly just very nice across the next several days. So, I would expect by Friday feeling very nice. Probably not even any showers Saturday. And then Sunday we do have a chance, but we can't get a model out that far. But of course we will, maybe we can get a model. Can we get a model out that far? Friday? No, we can't get a model out that far. But hey, Sunday we have a potential for an impact day. But it looks like until then we should be good. So most of the upstate staying dry. And very dry, now I will say, if you are wondering, we don't have any kind of risk for increased fire danger, because when we get very dry, we start wondering, hey, will we have some increased fire danger when we start getting a drought? But we are appearing to be good, which is very good. So that is something very nice to have there. But you can literally see that our weather center, if you're wondering what the back of News 2 looks like, yeah, it's literally this. This is all the control panels. Now, I know we're stuck in a lag, but it shows you each individual thing that we're looking at. So many different screens that we can switch through on our preview. It's just kind of cool to know what we do at News 2, which is so important to us. But that's great. But I want to say that's the latest news and weather we have. Of course, that's all we have for this afternoon. We don't look like we have any slow traffic across the upstate. But hey, that is your news update from WFIN News 2, and I think that's it for today. I think we will be, of course, watching our news for the next several days. Sorry. To see if we do have any news. Of course, we'll bring it to you as soon as possible. But I think that is our, pretty much about that. We also want to bring you some breaking news. New on 2. Let's go ahead and roll that for you when we get into our breaking news, because we do have one story right now that we're following on News 2. Yeah, new on News 2. We are continuing to follow after The Buncombe County District Attorney's Office says that no charges will be filed against Asheville police following a shooting that happened in April. Based upon the District Attorney Todd Williams' review of a body-worn camera video and video obtained within the businesses, he determined that no violation of North Carolina law occurred as officers were defending themselves. When the incident unfolded at a strip mall in South Asheville on the night of April 21st, around 9:45, officers with the Asheville Police Department were called to a business on 1987 Hendersonville Road, following a report of an individual armed with a firearm. When officers approached the entrance of Asian Relaxed Quality Spa, the suspect, who walked into the business, fired at officers through the glass doors. According to police, officers returned fire and hit the shooter. But that's the latest news and weather we have, courtesy of, we got something special we're unfolding for us. Now, this is not sponsored, but we are just going to start rolling commercials and promo shoots, but of course we don't own we don't own some of the videos, though of course we give full credit to them, but we will be rolling some videos here and there, so you don't have to sit through boring black screen on breaks. I wish that we could get you commercial breaks, but we can't. So we're going to be looking into building our own commercials and stuff, so make sure you tune in to WFIN News 2, live, local, breaking news.